Hey there, guys. Haven't done a weekend video here in a long time, but I just thought I'd pop in on a Sunday morning and do one today. I just finished meditating the other night. I think it was Thursday night, and which was 3 or 4 nights ago. And I was kind of in a contemplative mood, and I started looking through my books for something to read. Sometimes after I've been in a quiet place, I just want to kind of continue that with a little reading or just, whatever. And I picked up the Tao of Pooh. That was the one I kind of go back and forth to. I go back to it frequently. It's one of those type books, like I've read it before, but you don't necessarily have to start at the beginning and go through the end. Sometimes I'll just go through and kind of stumble upon something that offers some wisdom that kind of helps me. And I thought this might help you too. So from the title you've already seen, it's about listening to your inner voice. And listening to your inner voice as opposed to your intellect and your reason, which there has to be a balance between those. But I think sometimes when we get to that quiet place, there is a voice that tells us just on different things in life, like, probably gives us good advice on how we should proceed, on what we should do. But then all the noise around us gets into our brain. And a lot of time also brain thinking, all that kind of stuff is influenced by everything we see and we hear that is bombarding us daily. So it can be quite a competition sometimes, and when we're making decisions or when we're just trying to make some changes, we tend to make that mistake of, and I know for me from a personal level, it kind of really just was the right message at the right time, because I'm always overthinking things. I think largely that's why I've been stuck for the last few years, and I've been kind of like on a cycle that I've kind of worked to get out of, but I've just kind of kept going with the thinking part rather than just getting quiet. So I want to start taking it away from just my meditation practice, and I want to start spending more quiet time, just kind of trying to tune in and listen, for that inner knowledge. But this was the piece I was reading here, and it's at it's pretty much at the end of the book here, the Tao of Pooh. And he's talking in a little, it's kind of talking a little bit different. I took this little reading and kind of went in my own personal direction, but I think it can be used in a number of ways. But in the morning sunshine, in the evening twilight, a small bear travels through a forest. Why did we follow him when we were so much younger? He is, after all, only a bear of little brain. But is brain all that important? Is it really brain that takes us where we need to go? Or is it all too often brain that sends us off in the wrong direction, following the echo of the wind in the treetops, which we think is real, rather than listening to the voice within us that tells us which way to turn? A brain can do all kinds of things, but the things that it cannot do are not the most important things. Abstract cleverness of mind only separates the thinker from the world of reality. Let me say that again. Abstract cleverness of mind only separates the thinker from the world of reality. And that world, the forest of real life, is in a desperate condition now because of too many who think too much and care too little. In spite of what many minds have thought themselves into believing, that mistake cannot continue for much longer if everything is going to survive. The one chance we have to avoid certain disaster is to change our approach and to learn to value wisdom and contentment. These are two things that are being searched for anyway, through knowledge and cleverness, but they do not come through knowledge and cleverness. They never have, and they never will. We can no longer afford to look so desperately hard for something in the wrong way and in the wrong place. If knowledge and cleverness are allowed to go on wrecking things, they will before much longer destroy all life on earth as we know it, and what little may temporarily survive will not be worth looking at, even if it would somehow be possible for us to do so. The masters of life know the way, for they listen to the voice within them, the voice of wisdom and simplicity, the voice that reasons beyond cleverness and knows beyond knowledge. That voice is not just the power and property of a few, but has been given to everyone. Those who pay attention to it are too often treated as exceptions to the rule, rather than examples of the rule in operation, a rule that can apply to anyone who makes use of it. Within each of us is an owl, a rabbit, an Eeyore, and a Pooh. For too long we have chosen the way of owl and habit and rabbit. Now, like Eeyore, we complain about the results. But that accomplishes nothing. If we are smart, we will choose the way of Pooh. Excuse me. As if from far away, it calls to us with the voice of a child's mind. It may be hard to hear at times, but it is important just the same, because without it, we will never find our way out of the forest. I've always enjoyed the Winnie the Pooh analogy just because it's childlike and it's very simple and it's very innocent. But at its core, that message is there. That if you know the story of Winnie the Pooh, you know that he just kind of was. And this gets a little bit deeper into it. The Tao of Pooh is obviously kind of based on Taoism. But Pooh just is, while all the other animals are trying and overthinking and doing, Pooh lives within accordance of how things are, and there's just a lesson there. So, like I said, there's a lot there, and some of it kind of jumps around, but the basic message is just, I think we need to listen to that inner voice within ourselves more, and follow it more and trust it more. But anyhow, like I said, just wanted to pop in for a quick one today. Hope you all are having a great weekend, or whenever you see this, hope you're having a great day. And I will see you here again real soon. Peace.